Hey everybody, it's Peter Palmiotti of Humanoid Studios, and this is episode 300. Woo! Yep, episode 300. And I attempted to do this live, but unfortunately, um, nothing worked out. Uh, Something I'll have to address upon my return back home. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna, I guess, sort of catch up a little bit. And it will be some time before you see me again. And what will be different when you see me again? No, I won't have a new haircut. Um, so life has gotten really messy, and it's taking all my willpower to keep sane. But I'll be away for 2 months in Florida with family. Not exactly a vacation. Those close to me know what's going on. Uh, doesn't doesn't really matter to most people. Um, but yeah, so I'm putting on hold any inking work, any serious artwork. I'll probably be sketching while I'm away, like I do. Like keep up with the drawing skills. I already stated a number of times, but I'll sort of be focused on um, working on some coloring, with the learning some Clip Studio Paint and learning some Procreate techniques. Um, just some basics. Once I come back, then I'll be focused on working on retro and other work. I just, spoke to Mark Torres, and I think, I think it's better without that. Spoke to Mark Torres, and it looks like we're going to go um, with, instead of doing single issues with designated, we're going to be doing the whole graphic novel, which is fine. But that means when I get back to work, um, I gotta ink all the other issues, But issue one is totally done. Issue two is mostly done. Issue three has some work done on it, but I want to get at least the first three issues done before we start crowdfunding that, and possibly going with the newest crowdfunder, which is Crowdfunder, I think it's called. Anyway, that's his ball game. Um, I do have some ideas on what we can do better, and I'm not going to really worry about that until we get there. Um, we attempted to crowdfund on Kickstarter, and that didn't go well, but it was timing on his part, on my part, and yeah, I think we can do a much better job. I did ink that the Brian's Smallwood trading card, and eventually I'll be doing a trading card, and Allison is also doing trading card, and Randy Bishop will be doing a trading card. If they haven't already done theirs, I forget. Um, but yeah, that's I'm sort of like I said, putting real work on hold. I will attempt to write a novel, or get as much done on it as possible. So I'm not, so I don't have to stress about my schedule. Just be something fun to work on that I could drop at a moment's notice if people need me for anything. And when I'm returned, yeah, so, I really, I took a good look at this past year, and I mean, in many ways, there'll never be a repeat of this year. I lost my very good friend Lisa in August, and that's definitely devastated my life in many ways. But I've been a part of so many different projects, and it's like one of the good things that happened over the past year is like I did a lot more cover work. But when it really comes down to it, and it's like covers are nice, but it's not. I don't want to be known as the cover artist or inker. um, what I really want to do is get a lot more projects done and completed. There's so many projects that I've been a part of. Last couple of years, like, and um, a lot of them started and stalled and stopped and never went anywhere. And um, so I'm going to focus a lot more of my time on getting projects I got on my plate done, as well as, yeah, just finishing up any and all work I got for other people, and then put a lot more time into my own work and my own projects. And the way in which I'm going to be doing that is I'm going to be spending a lot less time online. It's really like I haven't. It's great to stay in touch and keep in touch with people, and tweet things out, or do Facebook posts and all that, and see who's following you, and replies to the posts and whatnot. But um, I'm going to be doing a lot less of that, and this is specifically next year. And if anything, I'll probably stream or upload a video once a week, and that will be that. Unless I'm in promotional mode, I'm going to focus a lot more on just getting work done. Now, the way in which I'm going to be able to achieve this is that I'm going to not worry about taking on new work, because I don't want to be linking myself to a bunch more projects that may or may not happen. I'm just going to get a part-time day job that will cover my overhead and get all these projects done, because there's a big mad list of them at this point. And really free myself and my schedule up, and be able to do a lot more of my own work going forward. So, what's the saying? Drastic measures. In order to achieve all that, so you won't see me as often. Big deal. I'm sure you won't miss it, and I certainly will benefit from it. Um, and it's like, well, if a fan or a friend doesn't see somebody posting as much, then they sort of forget about them. Well, I don't think people are going to forget about me, um, especially if I actually work harder on finishing things and getting them out there, and then I can go into promotional mode and really like say, hey, here's all the books you've been waiting for. Um, and I'm happy to have finally cleaned up my schedule to where now I could focus on the next book and not be spinning my wheels. Because if anything, that's what I feel like I've been doing. Nobody's fault. Like, things happen and some things don't work out and whatnot, and um, that's to be expected. But it's been real hardcore this past year, past couple of years. Um, and I have to do something drastic in order to right this ship, because I feel like, well, I know for a fact, like, my my work has never been this much of a mess, and it's really been bugging me of late. And I'm not going to be good to anyone if I don't correct this. Um, so yeah, so I won't be streaming as much. I won't be uploading as much. I won't be posting as much. But trust me, I'm just going to be cutting out all the BS. It's like, you don't need weekly cat updates. You don't need me coming on and just making another doodle that really doesn't go anywhere. I'm going to be focused on completing projects, and because I want to make great comics. And it's like, in this past year, well, let's see, the Wildcat anthology uh, isn't 100% finished yet. It's supposedly being printed, or should be printed soon. Then people will get that in their hands. Um, I did some work on the last issue of Hawk of New York. Um, Honestly, a bunch of covers and pinups. Um, one for Mavericks, which finally that was published. Uh, yeah, it's like that's my list of work over the past year. I don't know. Um, it definitely has been, better in the sense that I'm making better money inking these covers and pinups and whatnot. But really, I wanna produce series, and I have to make some moves in that direction. And it's like, I'm old school. I'm like, keep my head down and get my work done kind of guy, and I haven't really been doing that. I've been distracted by too much, and distracting myself, distracted by others. Working for a lot more people. There's a lot more conversations between all of us, and it's all like endless meetings and blah blah blah. Uh, I just want to really produce my own book, retro, and work with that ongoing. Because I want to be a better artist. I want to produce a better comic. I want to write better stories. All of which is like I don't need to get myself involved with eight other projects. Like looking for paying gigs, blah blah blah. Hopefully I can sustain myself solely on my own creations and take it from there. So yeah, when I get back, sort through the mess of this past year. I only had a little time in the recent week to do a little work on the studio, but it's pretty much a disaster, and this is going crazy with the focus. But yeah, I owe it to my friends, I owe it to my fans to really get on top of all my work, and mostly I owe it to myself because this does mean, you know, this does mean a lot to me, and I feel like I've been far off course of late, um, and it's really time for me to knuckle down and to do it right. I'll still be involved with other people and other books, but I'm putting my foot down, um, and I'm not looking for beyond anything I'm already associated with. Meaning, uh, Allison McGlone and Laurie Calcaterra, we're doing a book together, The Last Sentinel, um, with Dean James and Kimasabi. We'll be doing a book together. I will be doing another cover at some point for the fine folks that produced Mavericks, the Global Frequency, um, and there's a couple of other things. But mostly I want to really get focused on retro. Obviously, get that first issue done and completed and out to the Kickstarter people who pledged on Kickstarter for it. And yeah, so next year is cleanup, and then 2024 will be all about really moving forward with my book. Um, and it's like I have bigger plans than just doing retro, but for right now, because I have a few other books with a few other groups of people, I'm going to see if I really clean up my workload next year, then I'll be able to better gauge in 2024 like exactly if I'm doing more than just retro or just keep focused on just retro while I get these other projects out there and whatnot. Um, and we'll take it from there. But I do know like there's just too much of a mess built up over years, and I want to clean out the work I got, and that is what I'll be focused on next year. So yeah, once again, I'll be in Florida for 2 months, so I'll be back early to mid February, and I'll do a weekly stream or upload on YouTube, and that will have any information in it. And also I'll update on the Kickstarter page as I make better leaps of progress on retro. But for now, there's a link to paypal.me/Peter Moriarty if you want to throw me a tip. You can always become a Patreon on my Patreon. Those people I love and are wanting to support me. Yeah, I got something that I'll be doing on Patreon next year as well. Yeah, I look forward to a much better year next year. And, as you're watching this, I hope everyone has a great holiday and a happy new year. I'm just going to assume for right now that I won't be really online. And if you need to reach me, message me directly on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. I will check messages as often as I can. You could also email me at my email for those that have that. But otherwise, I'll see you again in 2 months. And, I hope you have happy holidays and all that. All right. So, till then, keep making art, keep making comics. Happy 300th. Yay! And I'll see you again later. All right.